Your last video didn't underperform because the algorithm hated it. It underperformed because YouTube flipped a switch you never knew existed. And right now, while you're reading titles, tweaking thumbnails, and obsessing over upload times, that switch is quietly deciding whether your content reaches thousands of people or disappears into a void. I've spent weeks digging into this, testing it across multiple channels. And what I found genuinely surprised me. There's a setting, actually a combination of settings, that YouTube doesn't walk you through during setup, doesn't explain in their Creator Academy, and doesn't alert you about when it's working against you. Let me show you exactly what's happening inside your channel right now, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's the technical reality first. Every video you upload goes through what YouTube internally calls a classification and eligibility review. That's not a conspiracy theory. YouTube's own help documentation references content eligibility in the context of recommendations, monetization, and search visibility. What most creators don't realize is that this review doesn't just flag content for policy violations. It also assigns your video a visibility weight, which directly influences whether YouTube's recommendation engine pushes it to new viewers or keeps it circulating only among your existing subscribers. Think of it like a postal sorting system. Your video gets a label the moment it arrives, and that label determines which mailboxes it ever reaches. If the label says limited distribution, it doesn't matter how good your thumbnail is. The video is already in a smaller pile before a single person clicks play. Now, the specific setting most creators are unknowingly leaving in the wrong position sits inside your video manager under advanced settings, not in the obvious visibility dropdown where you'd expect something this important to live. It's called allow embedding, and it works in tandem with two other settings: notify subscribers and automatic chapters. When embedding is disabled, YouTube's algorithm treats your video as intentionally restricted content. According to creator economy researcher Matt Gielen, who analyzed over 500 million YouTube data points through his firm Loop 88, videos with embedding disabled receive measurably lower recommendation scores because YouTube interprets the restriction as a signal that the creator doesn't want broad distribution. He restricted it, so YouTube honors that restriction across the entire recommendation network, not just external sites. Stay with me here, because the second setting compounds the first. The notify subscribers toggle, when turned off, which some creators do deliberately to avoid spamming their audience with smaller uploads, actually sends a signal that you consider the video low priority. YouTube's internal systems are built to mirror creator intent. If you signal low priority, the algorithm responds with low distribution. Independent creator analyst Patty Galloway, who has consulted for channels with hundreds of millions of subscribers, has documented this pattern publicly. Videos uploaded without subscriber notifications consistently underperform in the first 24-hour velocity window, and that early window is everything. YouTube determines a video's long-term reach almost entirely based on its first-day performance signal. Think about what that means for you. Every time you uploaded a video and quietly thought, "I'll save notifications for the big ones," you were essentially telling YouTube's system, "This one doesn't matter." And the algorithm listened. Your subscribers never got the ping. New viewers never got the recommendation. The video flatlined in the first day, and YouTube's system logged it as a low performer, which then influenced how aggressively it pushed your next video. It's a compounding problem. One decision quietly shapes the next month of your channel's trajectory. The third piece of this puzzle is automatic chapters. This one is newer and less discussed, but according to data shared by YouTube's own Creator Insider channel in 2023, videos with chapters, either manual or automatic, show higher average view duration metrics because they reduce viewer drop-off at confusing transitions. Higher view duration tells YouTube's algorithm that viewers found the content satisfying. Satisfying content gets recommended more. It's a direct chain. If you've been skipping chapters because they feel like extra work, you're leaving a significant recommendation signal on the table. And if you've disabled automatic chapters without adding manual ones, you've actively removed a signal YouTube uses to justify pushing your video to cold audiences. Let me show you exactly where these settings live, because YouTube's interface isn't making this easy to find. When you go into YouTube Studio and open a video, to edit, you'll see the main settings panel on the right: visibility, audience, paid promotion. Most creators stop there, but there's a section called More Options, or Show More depending on your interface version, and that's where the settings that actually matter are buried. Scroll past the category selector, past the language dropdown, and you'll find the embedding toggle, the comments and ratings section, and further down, the distribution settings that control how aggressively YouTube pushes the video into recommendation slots. Here's what that looks like in practice and why YouTube built it this way. When you log into YouTube Studio right now, click on Content in the left sidebar. Select any video, ideally one that underperformed recently. Click the pencil, edit icon, then scroll to the bottom of the details panel and click Show More. You're looking for 3 specific things. First, confirm that Allow Embedding has a check mark. If it doesn't, fix that immediately. Second, look at whether Notify Subscribers was enabled when you published. You can't change this retroactively, but you can make sure every future upload has it on by default. Third, check whether Automatic Chapters is enabled under the Video Elements tab. If you haven't added manual chapters, turn it on. Now let's talk about why YouTube built this the way they did, because understanding the motive helps you stop making the same mistakes. YouTube's recommendation engine is, at its core, an advertising delivery system. According to Alphabet's 2023 annual report, YouTube advertising revenue was approximately $31.5 billion. Every recommendation the algorithm makes is a calculation about which video will keep a viewer on the platform longest, because longer sessions mean more ad impressions. YouTube's business interest and your visibility interest are actually aligned, but only when you signal to the system that you want broad distribution. This is the part that really bothers me. YouTube offers a Creator Academy, a help center with thousands of articles, a Creator Insider channel specifically for platform updates. And yet the direct relationship between these 3 specific settings and recommendation performance is never clearly explained in one place. You have to piece it together from a researcher's data study here, a Creator Insider comment there, a line buried in a help article that most people never read. A 34-year-old teacher in Ohio, spending her weekends building an educational channel, has no reason to know that disabling embedding because she misread a privacy tip would quietly gut her video's reach for the next 6 months. She just knows her channel isn't growing and she can't figure out why. That's not an accident. When creators don't understand the system, they spend more money on YouTube, premium promotions, more time chasing algorithm hacks, more energy producing at a pace that burns them out, all while the actual fix was sitting in an advanced settings menu the whole time. A confused creator is a creator who keeps uploading, keeps grinding, and keeps the content supply flowing. YouTube needs content, lots of it, constantly. The platform has no incentive to make growth feel easy or transparent, because easy and transparent might make you feel like you've figured it out and can slow down. It's like being handed a car with a governor installed, a device that limits your top speed and not being told it's there. You press the accelerator, the engine responds, everything feels normal, but you're never going quite as fast as you should be. You blame your driving, you take courses on driving, you buy better tires, the governor is still there. All right, here's where we stop being victims of the algorithm and start working on it. I'm going to walk you through the exact fix, and then I'm going to give you 2 additional settings that will amplify everything you just fixed. Open YouTube Studio. Go to Settings in the bottom left corner, not the video settings, the channel level settings. Click on Channel, then Upload Defaults. This is the most important page most creators have never visited, because whatever you set here becomes the automatic configuration for every video you upload going forward. You won't have to remember to fix individual videos. You set it once, correctly, and it applies automatically. Under Upload Defaults, find the Advanced Settings tab. First, set Allow Embedding to Enabled. This should be your permanent default for every video unless you have a specific legal or licensing reason to restrict it. Second, under Distribution, make sure Notify Subscribers is checked. If it isn't on by default, you have been silently uploading videos without pinging your own audience every single time, and you probably didn't know it. Third, enable automatic chapters. If you already add manual chapters with timestamps in your description, great, automatic chapters will defer to those. If you don't, the system will generate them from your speech patterns and video structure, which is better than having nothing. Now, for videos you've already published, you can go back and fix the embedding setting retroactively. Open each video, click Show More in the details, and check the embedding box. This won't change the first day performance signal, which is already logged, but it does expand where the video can be shared going forward, which gives it a second life through external embeds on blogs, forums, and social media. Videos that get embedded externally receive a distribution quality signal from YouTube, according to documentation from YouTube's own Partners Program support team. External engagement tells YouTube this content has value beyond the platform, which nudges the recommendation weight upward even on older videos. The fourth fix is one most people overlook entirely, your end screen and cards settings. If your videos don't have end screens configured, and I mean properly configured with a subscribe button and at least one video recommendation, YouTube's system has nothing to hand viewers off to after they finish watching. Session continuation is a major factor in how the algorithm values your channel as a whole, not just individual videos. A viewer who watches your video and then watches another YouTube video immediately after sends a positive session signal. A viewer who closes the app or navigates away sends a negative one. End screens are your mechanism for keeping viewers inside. Your content ecosystem, which improves your channel's overall recommendation standing. Here's the thing about all 4 of these changes together. None of them require a bigger budget, a better camera, more upload frequency, or a viral moment. They're configuration corrections. You're not gaming the algorithm. You're removing the accidental handicaps you placed on yourself by not knowing what these settings did. The difference between a channel that grows and one that stalls is often not the content quality. It's whether the platform's distribution machinery is properly engaged. One disclaimer worth making clearly. If you're operating a brand channel with legal restrictions on where your content can appear, or if you're a news organization with licensing agreements that limit embedding rights, some of these defaults may need to stay restricted for compliance reasons. Talk to whoever manages your legal or rights agreements before changing embedding settings wholesale. For everyone else, independent creators, educators, hobbyists, small business channels, these settings should be open by default, and if they weren't, now they are. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. And it goes beyond just one setting. The platforms we build on are not neutral. They're not passive pipes that just deliver your content to whoever wants to see it. They're active systems with business logic, revenue incentives, and design choices that sometimes work against the very creators that supply the content making the platform valuable in the first place. Understanding that isn't cynicism, it's clarity. And clarity is what lets you make decisions that actually move the needle instead of chasing surface-level fixes that never address the real problem. You started this video not knowing why your content wasn't reaching people. You had the work ethic, probably had the content quality, definitely had the frustration. Now you have something more valuable than motivation. You have a specific, actionable diagnosis. 3 upload default settings and 1 end screen configuration. That's the gap between where your channel is and where it should be. Not a new microphone, not a posting schedule overhaul. 4 settings in a menu most creators have never opened. You're not paranoid for suspecting the system wasn't being straight with you. The data backs that up. The researchers have documented it. And millions of creators are in exactly the same position, grinding harder when the actual fix required working smarter on things that aren't visible on the surface. That changes today. Go make those changes right now, not after the next upload, not this weekend. Right now before you close this tab. And if this is the kind of breakdown you want more of, real mechanics, no fluff, no post consistently and believe in yourself advice, subscribe, because I cover this stuff the moment the data surfaces, not 3 months later when it's common knowledge. Drop a comment and tell me, did you have embedding disabled? I want to know how widespread this actually is.